What's going on, NBA fanatics? This is your friendly neighborhood Memphis Grizzly homer, Memphis X, and I Talk Hoops. Today, I am talking about Friday's battle that is coming, Ja Morant versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the FedEx Forum on Black Panther Night. But first, every hero needs their theme music.
KeyAno.
Grizz gang, go hard. Yeah. Baddest in the game, we be on one. I talk hoops, so secure. All up on the court, but we gon' score. Memphis bringing heat straight from Tennessee. Demorant spiking, let's go for he that MVP.
So the Grizzlies are coming off of a loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. Of course, we can't seem to beat them. The Grizzlies have not had success against the New Orleans Pelicans. I think one victory since Ja Morant has been on the team. But we move on. Zion didn't play. Bane didn't play. Some good information from that game, but we're not going to talk about that. Today we are talking about the matchup between two young MVP level guards in the Western Conference, Ja Morant and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Both of them are putting up crazy numbers this season. I mean, just ridiculous numbers this season. If you didn't know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just hit a funky game winner in Washington, D.C. last night. And I was watching it, and man, that step back was beautiful. It was beautiful. The kid has been killing it. Just 24 years old, leading his own team just like Ja Morant. He is averaging 31 points, 31.5 points per game, 5.8 assists, 4.4 rebounds, 2.1 steals, and 1.5 blocks. He is shooting 53.9% from the field, 37.8% from three-point line, and 94% from the free throw line. He is having an MVP start to this season. He has been performing night after night after night. There has been no slowing this man down. Let's look at his last few games. I told you he had the game winner last night. Now, let's look at OKC. Let's see. Versus Boston, 37 points. On a back-to-back, the second night of a back-to-back. The first night, he also had 37 points. He had 20 against Toronto in a blowout win. I think they had against Toronto. 39 against Milwaukee. 33 against Detroit. 18 against Milwaukee the next earlier. 37, 34, 38, 24, 33, 28, 32. The kid has been killing it all season long. 31.5 points per game is no joke. He has been killing it, and he has the young OKC Thunder, who everybody thought was going to be in the Wemby hunt. He has them at 7-8 on the season, and they have been winning, taking it up a notch. And then we take it to the Grizzlies' own Ja Morant, who is also having a MVP level season. And when you think about it, when you just hear the numbers from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it makes Ja Morant's numbers look pedestrian. Ja Morant, 29.3 points per game, 6.8 assists, 6.2 rebounds, 1.2 steals, shooting 48% from the field, 40% from three-point line, and 78% from the foul line. Yeah, this has been a crazy season, and these two players have been matched up. And y'all know I've been an advocate for the Ja over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander narrative for the last couple of seasons, and I'm still on that. But the gap is close, baby. It is very, very close. I mean, woo, you can look through that. You can barely look through that and see any light. The gap is close. But, of course, Ja Morant is a year younger, about a year younger than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has a proven history of performance in the playoffs. Of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been on the tank in Oklahoma City Thunder, and I can't fault him for that. That's just his circumstances. You can't help where you get traded to. But he is still showing this year and last year that when he's on the court, he makes a difference in the win column. He's not just putting up stats, people. He's not putting up – I don't put him in the category of putting up stats on a bad team. He is putting up stats and wins on a team that is challenged by the roster. If Chet Holmgren wouldn't have got hurt, this might be a winning team this season. Hell, they might still be a winning team this season. And then you have Ja Morant, who spent the first part of the season without Jaren Jackson and Dillon Brooks. Jaren comes back and Desmond Bane goes out. So he has a whole different set of trials and tribulations to go through with his roster. Even though the Grizzlies are more proven since they won 56 games last year, Ja Morant is still trying to integrate a bunch of young players like Santi Aldama, Jake LaRavia, and David Roddy into the lineup, and some guys that are just getting new playing time like John Conchar. Jaren hadn't gotten his sea legs back. His shooting was very terrible against the Pelicans, but the defense was there, baby. 5 big blocks for the Black Panther. So I can tell you, I wish I was going to be in the building. I'm going to get my Black Panther socks. Don't ask me how, but I wish I was going to be in the building for this game. Ooh, if I could sneak in some kind of way and get this just to get into the game. Not sneak into the game, but have the time to be able to sit there for a couple of hours and watch the entire game. Boy, it's real tempting because the FedEx Forum is going to be rocking. 2 young teams, 2 teams, again, just like the Pelicans, 2 teams that are the future of the NBA and the Western Conference. These are going to be the Western Conference wars that I've been talking about. These young teams, loaded rosters. The Thunder have a slew of picks. The Pelicans have a slew of picks. And the Grizzlies have some picks. So it's going to all be about player development, drafting the right players, making the right moves, and balancing the salary cap. And then there's going to be a wrinkle coming with all these young teams with all this talent. Not only do you have the new CBA coming, you're going to have some adjustments to the salary cap. You got the new TV deal, so salaries are going to go up. And then you're going to have expansion sometime in these guys' run. There's going to be expansion in the NBA to throw in another monkey wrench. So, I mean, guys, if you love the NBA, if you love those player-on-player matchups, this is one that you have got to tune in for. Ja Morant versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't even know if it's on national TV. It should be. I doubt it is. 2 small markets on a Friday. And the Grizzlies were just on national TV. But I'm going to be watching, and I guarantee you a significant portion of the NBA hardcore fans are going to be watching. These are 2 guys averaging 60 points per game total. You can't ask for anything better than this. It's going to be a fun night. Guys, let me know, who do you think is going to get the best of this matchup between Ja Morant and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? And do you think the Grizzlies will be able to come up off their losing streak of 2 games and get the win at home versus the scrappy Thunder? Let me know in the comment section. Peace.